Burn all the Arby's down. Our army, I demand, get your pitchforks, get your swords, burn all the Arby's down. Actually, don't do that. Okay, maybe one or two.
I'm so hungry I could eat at Arby's.
It's
Wait, that was in The Simpsons? Well, base Simpsons moment, actually. Imagine going into PETA and be like, we got the meats.
How to fix Arby's. Don't.
and franchise locations have started to declare bankruptcy.
Let's go! Yes! Yeah, baby! Food theory, who keeps Arby's in business? Let's take a look. Arby's is for boomers. I love that, Pat.
Arby's has the meats, but nobody's eating them. What if I told you, though, that it's one of the best-selling fast food chains in the country?
I don't believe you. For 1 second, I do not believe you. You're coping.
Billions of dollars in revenue in the last year alone. But this highly successful chain is making a fatal mistake, and they won't have the meats for much longer. Hello, Internet.
I told you, Chad. I told you. They're failing. Burn all the Arby's down. Our army, I demand, get your pitchforks, get your swords, burn all the Arby's down. Actually, don't do that. Okay, maybe one or two.
Welcome to Food Theory, the show
The meats
that
are
has
compromised.
the meats. And if you have no idea what that means,
You have all the meats but no customers.
you've probably never heard of Arby's. And hey, no shade. Out of all the fast food places out there, I feel like Arby's is the one I never hear anything about. Nothing good, that is.
I'm so hungry I could eat at Arby's.
It's
Wait, that was in The Simpsons? Well, base Simpsons moment, actually. A Simpson is goated. Never mind. I never watched The Simpsons, but yeah, they get it. They get it.
the fast food chain with
Hell
the
yeah.
infamous slogan that it's got the meats, but not in the traditional fast food way. With
I mean, like, I get the idea of like fresh, like deli meats. I really like that, but overall, it's just it never turns out well, right? Matt says Jotaro's death was mind blowing, literally. Thank you for the super chat, sweetie. I appreciate that. The beef
How you
nuggies,
don't
what's that?
like the beef nuggies. They're a game
Are you talking about the steak? You talking about the
changer.
steak bites? You're talking about the steak bites,
things
right?
like cheeseburgers. Arby's makes roast beef sandwiches. Hey, you gotta stand out against the rest, I guess. But I can honestly say I've never had a hankering for a roast beef sandwich in the same way people crave tacos or burgers or pizza or anything like that. This
Right.
and many more reasons are why I've never
I
had
agree with
Arby's.
that.
In fact, I've never really thought about it outside of impulsively repeating, "We've got the meats," at horrifically timed moments.
Imagine going into PETA and be like, we got the meats. Oh, that's diabolical. That's actually diabolical. Editor, edit me in going inside of PETA and saying we have the meats. We got the meats.
It wasn't until I was hanging out with our GT Live channel manager, Tay, one day, because we're besties, that the subject came up. They were all like, "Santi, you're one of the smartest and coolest people I know. Answer me this. Who in the heck
hear
is
that a
keeping
lot.
Arby's in business?"
Yeah, I hear that a lot too. Everybody tells me, "Oh, Laura, you're so smart. You're so pretty. You're the greatest person I
They're
know."
gonna kill me when they see this. But they had a point. I mean, my perception of Arby's is so low that I just assumed Arby's was long gone. A fast food chain that disappeared due to unpopularity. But it
Unfortunately, they're not. They're
turns
still
out
around.
I was dead wrong. Not only is Arby's still around, but it's doing pretty well. In 2024, Arby's
I
was
can't
ranked
believe that.
25th in sales among US restaurant chains. That may not sound
actually
so high,
crazy.
but when you consider it's higher than Applebee's, Papa John's, and Five Guys,
I mean, okay, Applebee's does kind of. Papa John's is very mid. Five Guys, I'm kind of surprised by that though. Probably because like Five Guys only has to sell like 2 burgers to meet their like monthly quota per store because it's so expensive. So I can understand that. But Applebee's and Papa John's is pretty horrible.
you realize Arby's is doing more than just getting by. So now I'm intrigued. What has kept Arby's afloat this whole time? Is it competitive pricing, their marketing tactics, or something else entirely? That is what we're gonna find out today. And
I feel like Arby's is one of those like instances where it's so bad, people want to watch it, right? Like when it's like a really movie, right? Like The Room, right? Or Rocky Horror Picture, right? Like it's just like it's so bad you have to watch it. By the way, I love Rocky Horror Picture. No slander on Rocky Horror, but you get what I mean, guys. It's just so bad. You gotta go look at it. It's like a car wreck, right? You just can't look away.
Hopefully you can stomach it.
Or
as
money
we
laundering,
dive
that's
into the
true.
world of Arby's. Before we can get
That's
into
true.
what Arby's is doing today, it's important we talk about their history because whistle! It's a roller coaster. In the
I
1960s,
can't
brothers
whistle.
Leroy and Forrest Raffle were
Fun
inspired
fact.
by McDonald's, which was killing it by franchising their business centered around the cheeseburger. Clearly, the food industry was going places, and they wanted in on the action. But knowing how the burger department was largely cornered by the Golden Arches and was shortly followed by the new rival Burger King, the Raffle brothers wanted to
Love
find a
Tim
fast
Curry.
food item that stood out. So they decided to go with the roast beef.
Isn't the problem though with Arby's now? Like their roast beef is like, don't they use like frozen meat? Like it's not like freshly like sliced or anything. Like that's part of the problem.
Sandwich. And with their niche fast food idea, they opened their first restaurant in 1964. That restaurant was named Arby's, which was loosely based on their initials. Raffle Brothers, Arby's, kind of a stretch, but hey, it works. And so did their restaurant. Even though their roast beef sandwich cost 69 cents, nice, and a McDonald's burger at the time
Why the f was it exactly 69 cents?
only cost 15 cents, they still saw large
crazy.
success, opening multiple restaurants the following
That is
year.
super
By
cheap, though.
1970, Arby's had
Hey, yo.
300 locations
Hey,
across
yo.
the country. Arby's may have a bad reputation now, but clearly it was liked by
I
many
mean, back in the
70s,
day, it was
and could start
probably good because it's like fresh, right? Like I'm be real, Chad. If I could go somewhere and get like a fresh deli sandwich that's like good quality, absolutely for 69 cents, I'd definitely go.
taking on the giants of the industry. But here's the thing, expanding that fast requires money. And while the Raffle brothers
Franchise.
initially just borrowed money from banks, they needed
Franchise.
more in order to grow. And so decided to make the company public, which basically means the
Yep.
company sells tiny pieces of itself, or stocks, to anyone. The big pro
Folks.
is you get a lot of money from selling those stocks. But the con is the company's now got to answer to a lot more invested people. It didn't matter to them because the brothers really just needed to increase their cash flow and keep expanding. But something happened they didn't expect. The
Yeah, my favorite thing now is like how disproportional, like not only wealth but cost is. You know, like I remember talking to my grandpa not too long ago, and he's like, I mean, I bought a house yet, Alara. I'm like, no, but I have a tent, I have a hut.
You're homeless.
What makes you think I can afford a house right now? But like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, so hear me out, Grandpa. I know that you bought a house, you know, for like, you know, a bale of hay and $2, but it's not the same anymore, Grandpa. You can't just go buy a house for funsies. Like,
day they went public, the stock market crashed. Meaning, instead of making a huge pile of cash from
he's like, yeah, just buy another house and you can rent it out and stuff. I'm like, Grandpa, I can't do that. We can barely afford our mortgage in our own house. Why would I buy another house? Yes, I know that you traded, you know, sheep for another house back in the day, Grandpa, but I can't afford that.
people wanting to buy shares of the company, they made
Oh
none.
my
And now,
God.
suddenly, the Raffle brothers
What do
had
you mean,
debts
just
to
buy a
pay
house?
and no money to do it. This
Oh my God, it's like boomers like getting a job. It's like, well, back in my day, I just walked in and asked for a job. It's like, well, you can't just do that anymore. You got to submit an application. It's like, oh, well, just go in there and bother until they give you a job. It's like, you can't do that anymore. You can't do that. It's so funny. I love old people because they're just like, just go in there and don't leave till you get a job. It's like, you realize that they're just gonna like kick you out, right?
left Arby's in
Oh
a
my
difficult
God.
situation. They had to file for bankruptcy at the end of 1970, which sounds like it should have been the end for
That should have been the end right there. Back in 1970, Arby's should have been out of here,
Arby's
bro.
and the Raffle brothers. But somehow, like the phoenix rising from
Oh,
the
God.
ashes, 5 months after bankruptcy, the brothers regained control of the company. Now that they had their company back, they needed to figure
okay.
out how to fix Arby's, how to make it profitable once more. And
How to fix Arby's. That's a crazy sentence right there. I'll tell you what to do to put it underground.
With around 500
That's how you fix
locations
it.
by 1975, they really needed more cash to stay afloat. So, in 1976, they sold the company to RC Cola. Suddenly, boom! They boomed. Damn it, I did it too soon. Anyway, after this, Arby's had 800 locations total, and it was in that the Raffle brothers decided to retire, quit while they were ahead, and while they were rich.
Good
But
idea,
the
get that
bumpy
money.
ride wasn't over for the roast beef joint. Unsurprisingly, when the Raffle brothers quit, Arby's began changing, and not for the better. They began to widen their menu, caving to the generic fast food offerings. See, the reason Arby's had success up until that point was
I gotta be real. Who the is the Arby's for a burger? Like, I'm just gonna
their
say.
niche fast food offering. No one else
Yeah.
was doing roast beef sandwiches. And without the Raffle brothers there, that vision seemed to be lost. But fortunately, not for long. In
Brian.
1984,
How to fix Arby's. Don't.
there was a
There you go.
takeover of Arby's
Just don't-
parent company, Royal Crown. And the leadership
Brian.
of Arby's
Arby's, we have the meats Elara pumpkin.
changed with it. The first thing they did was have Arby's return to the menu that made it so unique in the first place, the roast beef sandwich.
But wait, you're telling me they took. Wait, you're telling me they took off the roast beef for like a small amount of time? So Arby's didn't even know what the Arby's was. Arby's wasn't even true to themselves for years. That's
It
wild.
set Arby's back
That's
on the
wild.
path to success. And by the 90s, Arby's was the 12th best fast food place in the industry. Now, decades later, Arby's is still going strong, making over $4 billion in sales last year. But how? How is a company that has had some serious ups and downs
That's chump
managing
change
to keep
compared
going,
to the other
especially
fast
when its
foods?
primary consumer base, the boomers, is no longer the largest demographic?
Big Lord says, what do you think about Arby's? Careful, Elara is listening in.
He literally said Arby's is for the boomers. He said it.
Oh,
He said
Big
it's for the
Lord.
boomers.
Chat's trying to be sneaky. As for
Tell him,
Arby's,
Elara.
not really my taste. But hey,
Is it
let's
anybody's
see
taste?
if Elara has any opinions on fast
Yeah,
food.
it's anybody's
Also,
taste, Elara.
Uber.
He literally said Arby's is for boomers. I told you, chat. If you like Arby's, you're a boomer.
Graphic. It all comes down to their success this side of
I
the
love
millennium.
this.
Let's backtrack a bit though, because sadly, Arby's second rise from the ashes didn't last very long.
Editor, go back in the beginning of the video when I'm like, I can't wait to learn about Arby's. And then make sure you do the like black and white flashback where I'm like, Arby's is for boomers. But then you like slow it down. So I'm just like, Arby's is for boomers. You know what I'm talking about, editor. You got this. Hey everybody, just a quick reminder, if you've been enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a ton. Okay, back to the video.
By 2011, Arby's was not doing great and was sold yet again to the Roark Capital Group, who owns
No, literally, Arby's has never been successful. They just like lose money, lose money, lose money, lose money, bankruptcy, 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 change menu, change menu, change menu, change menu. Oh, but we're doing really great, big trust. We're doing great out here.
things like Subway and like the first time, the changeover wasn't beneficial. By this point, Arby's was not only going down in sales, but it had garnered a bad reputation in the media, with shows like The Simpsons Family Guy dunking on it, as well as Jon Stewart roasting them on The Daily Show.
Arby's, no gimmicks, just diarrhea.
Arby's needed to do something to win
Jon
back the
Stewart
public,
does hate
and
Arby's.
more importantly, win the new, younger audience that became the leading group for sales, the millennials. So by 2014, Arby's switched up their slogan to the one we know today.
We have the meat.
They returned their focus to what they were offering.
It is very
meat and
millennial
lots
coded.
of it. But on top of that, they decided to go for more tongue-in-cheek marketing strategies.
I'm not gonna lie, the We Have the Meats is very millennial coded. But one thing I will say Arby's did that was really cool was like all the cool like anime references they used to do. You guys remember the Twitter account they used to have where they would like do like really funny like I don't know, it was almost like they cut up parts of their boxes and they would do like really cool like anime references with it. It was really cool. Yeah, it was actually really cool marketing. No, it wasn't skits, it was just like pictures. It was really cool.
I remember THQT ad campaign.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Also, Elara, are you okay, homie? You're talking a lot. But no, it's really, really cool.
Rather than doing what most chains were doing and following the healthy eating trends, offering vegetarian options and low-calorie options, Arby's doubled down with their new slogan as well as ads that showed their meat carrot. Oh yeah, meat carrot. Imagine having
What
to
the
eat that for the better part of the day. I have seen things, man. Anyway, Arby's.
Meat carrot, that's disgusting. Oh yeah, let me
What
show you my
do
meat carrot.
Arby's and Cinder have in common? They keep coming back from the grave.
Oh my God,
and both
Jesse.
are
You
in
said
the
that, not
red.
me. You said that, not me. You said that, not me.
He's decided to just be funny and not
Meat
cater to
carrot.
the ways of other fast food joints. Even with their bad reputation, they decided to lean into it. They often tweeted Jon Stewart regarding his comments towards them. And when he left the Daily Show, they made a montage of all the times Jon made a joke at Arby's expense,
I think that's
even
good.
offering him a job. It was really funny. This entire strategy
That's
did
good.
exactly what Arby's
I love
wanted,
that.
and that was to grab the interest of millennials, to the point where by 2015, 54% of their consumer base were people aged 18 to 34. And
Oh, thank God. The majority isn't boomers anymore.
to reach sales of 3.5
Love
billion,
it.
which was the best they had in 20 years. And year by year, they continued to see growth, winning the favor of millennials with their humor-filled ads and their refusal to change their offerings to meet everyone's needs are what kept Arby's growing year by year. And Arby's is still relying on the millennial generation to keep them propped up based on their
I really do think Arby's is very
latest promotion,
millennial
the loaded
coded.
Italian
It makes a lot
the
of
promotion
sense.
was the return of a famous Arby's item menu. This isn't
They
anything
have like
new
one
for a fast
or
food
two
place.
items that
Bringing
are
back
actually
a menu item
decent.
is a pretty classic move that increases sales due to nostalgia. McDonald's does it all the time with things like the McRib or the Grimace
Yep.
Shake, creating a huge rise in sales. But the reason Arby's promotion is so
Yeah,
important
see,
is
look,
that
look at this chat. This is an actual real ad. This is what I was talking about earlier that Arby's had. It's like, think of you wherever you are. They had a Kingdom Hearts ad. And this was just, they tweeted this on Twitter. Like, this is so cool. And it looks like they took parts of their little boxes they put the sandwiches in, right? To me, this was just insane, right? And they did a lot of these. They had like anime reference ones. It was really, really cool. Really, really cool. So, yeah, like they used to be very in touch. Very, very in touch. And then now they don't do this anymore, which is really, really sad. Yeah, they did One Piece. They did like Pokemon, Digimon. It was amazing.
it shows their reliance on millennials. The loaded Italian sandwich was originally launched in 2015, the same year they saw their best growth for the last 2 decades, the majority of which was millennials. Clearly, Arby's wasn't
so
just
they're bringing
wanting
it back
the
for that
customers to
reason.
relive the glory days, they wanted to as well. The ad featured Jersey Shore stars Jenny and Nicole, who ended up having their own spin-off series that it's
I forgot about them. Holy. I forgot that this was even a thing. Let me know in the comments below if you watch Jersey Shore. I won't judge you, I
sucked,
swear.
but was mainly watched by millennials during, you guessed it, 2015. Another bit of 2015 nostalgia injected right into
Yeah, I
Arby's
forgot about
strategy.
that.
Arby's wasn't just tackling their loyal customers. They were literally trying to go back in time to the year when they saw huge success, hoping history would
Yeah,
repeat itself.
yeah, they're just trying to, like,
Ironically,
capitalize
on
history
that.
did repeat itself.
Cinder x Arby's.
Why is it only Elara? Why are you only
Brian,
reading
Would
Brian's
you got Arby's
messages?
if they had that today?
Are you good? Like, are you okay? Like, holy, okay, I'm gonna reconnect you. Like, are you good, Elara? Yomi sent this to me too. It's so funny. My editor, or not my editor, I'm sorry, my manager and Yomi sent me this video. I think it's so funny. Yeah, Elar, what is wrong with you, homie? You good? Like, you feeling all right?
But not in the way Arby's might want. Rather than repeating the years of success, Arby's has gone into a blind panic to help its franchise from collapsing. And
What a
in doing
surprise.
so, is falling back into one of the many traps that caused Arby's to struggle to get ahead in the first place. If you
Bro, I cannot believe they're still propped up. They've already went bankrupt like 3 times. Like, just put the nail in the coffin, please.
look at the Arby's menu today, you'll notice that it offers way more than its trademark roast beef sandwich and cut meats. They have double bacon
Yep.
cheeseburgers, crispy chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, Greek heroes or gyros, however you say it, and wraps.
That's
Stuff
too
that you
much.
can find at pretty much any other fast food restaurant in the US. Arby's is widening its menu offering in order to compete with other chains and appeal to everyone's needs. But
I can't believe this, man. They're like my dignity. It just refuses to die. Like, Come on, man, just give it up,
By
Arby's.
doing this, they've lost what made them so popular to start with, and what brought them favor with the millennials. Arby's always stood out because instead of being your standard fast food chain, it offered quality beef, not your cheap hamburger. Even from their earliest days when
Really? Because that roast beef looks really horrible. That roast beef looks... You know, I'm not even gonna say. Use your imagination,
the
chat.
sandwich cost 4 times what a McDonald's cheeseburger did. They were
It should be
giving people
quality, but they
something
don't even do
different. And
that.
the reason they saw huge growth in the mid-2010s was because despite them facing pressure from other fast food chains to conform and begin offering options for all kinds of people, from healthy eating to vegetarian, they stayed true to their product and unabashedly doubled down on what made them great.
I think that's such a big thing for consumers nowadays. Like, we want to see, at least for me, right? Like, I want to see a very, like, I want to see a brand that's organic and a brand that is also true to themselves. I think it's really important. But when people move away from that, I think a lot of people, it resonates with their brand, right? What I mean by resonating is they don't trust that brand as much, or they don't want to support that brand as much anymore. When you stay true to who you are, consumers see that.
We have the meats. No veggie, no burgers. End of discussion. This is what the millennials enjoy. It's the reason they became their main consumer base and why Arby's have
Sincerity,
managed
exactly.
to still be here 10 years later. More than that,
What's up,
it's part
Sunshine?
of
How
their
are you?
identity. But last year, sales dropped by over 6%, and franchise locations have started to declare bankruptcy.
Let's go! Yes! Yeah, baby! Colin Michael Scott! Yes, baby! Finally! Yes! I declare bankruptcy! Yeah, baby! Editor, put it in, baby, Michael Scott!
I declare bankruptcy!
Finally, less Arby's in the world. Thank God, the world is healing. The world is healing.
Now they're backpedaling and changing their philosophy and the very thing that has kept them on the map, their identity.
thank
The thing that
God.
is also so ridiculous about this is, like I said earlier, they're repeating history. Arby's already did this exact same thing back in the 80s. After the Raffle brothers left, the company began offering hamburgers to compete with the likes of McDonald's, but it didn't work out for them. Fortunately, due to a hostile takeover of the
Brian,
parent company, a new
ARBY'S
CEO
is
decided to change it back to
graduating.
how it was. And that is when sales began to go up again. Despite this being a clear lesson in Arby's history, it sounds like it's been forgotten.
They're out of here, baby. They're out of here.
Instead of staying true to their convictions and their identity that their consumers had grown to love, they're instead just trying to stop sales from going down. And
Brian,
clearly, Greek
ARBY'S
heroes are
making burgers. How dare!
What is wrong with you, Elara? What the? Alright, sorry, editor. I'm
Not
gonna
what they're
backtrack a little bit. My bad, editor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me, editor. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Alright, anyway, let's go.
With being a clear lesson in Arby's history, it sounds like
The
it's
alarm
been
moment.
forgotten. Instead of staying true to their convictions and their identity that their consumers had grown to love, they're instead just trying to stop sales from going
Yeah,
down.
they're just
And
trying to make
clearly,
money.
Greek heroes are not what their consumers want.
You gotta realize that introducing a bunch of items isn't gonna mean that things are gonna go well for you,
Funny
right?
enough, if they want to do that and to tap into Gen Z, the new generation of consumers that'll keep them in business, they have to stick to who they are. By trying to copy burger places or chicken places, they've just become another faceless fast food
Yeah,
joint in the
exactly.
eyes of
They're just another, person in the ocean of
Gen
fast
Z.
food.
They have to go back to their niche and the attitude that came with it. The lesson is this, Arby's: don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the lakes and the rivers you're used to. Because the reason your sales
Oh, no way did he just say that.
because your hamburgers were better than McDonald's
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
or chicken tenders better
No
than
way.
KFC. It was because what you had to offer was nothing like the competitor.
A
You were
meat
eating,
mountain.
sure, but you were on a totally different playing field. You were different. But now you're becoming a scrub and losing what had people digging on you in the first place.
Stop it. I don't want no scrub. Stop with the rabbit. It's cringy.
You're losing the meats. But
I'm
hey,
cringing.
that's just a theory. A food theory. Buen provecho. And hey,
I'm so glad to hear that Arby's is going under. This is the greatest day of my life.
Also, at Elara, if you had the eye talking on it, might have the read random chatters.
And I'm gonna make me random chatters. That's really funny though. She's just like, I want to talk. You can't stop me. I love that. And so now we know, chat, Arby's is going under. Can we celebrate? Can we get some claps? Thank God. Finally, we can actually get some decent food around us. Elara cannot be contained. She is infinite. She is all.